This video is going to be a sped up version of this polar bear painting. So to begin with, I like to tape off my paper to give it a nice white border. So I'm adding tape around all four sides of my paper. The colors we're going to need for this painting is black, white, and a light blue. You'll also need a big paintbrush and a small paintbrush for the tiny details. To begin with, I'm going to start by drawing the polar bear. So I'm going to draw this big curve, and that is the head of the polar bear. Then I'm adding two little ears, so those are like C shapes. Then two little circle eyes, and then the nose is like a triangle nose. All right, then I'm ready to start painting, so I'm going to use a big brush. I'm using a big red brush here, and I'm going to start painting with my blue. So I'm going to do the whole background, and I'm going to try and go carefully around the polar bear so the polar bear is nice and white. So if you can see me painting, I'm going to carefully go around the ears and by the side. And then when I am painting, I'm also smoothing out any globs of paint so it dries nice and fast and it looks the best. Right, then I am going to switch to white, so I'm going to wash out my brush, and I'm going to grab a tiny, I'm still using the red. So a big red paintbrush, we're going to paint the polar bear. The polar bear is already white from the paper, but you might have to go over it again in case you got some blue everywhere. So I just painted over the whole polar bear, and I could still see my eyes and my nose even though I painted over it. Okay, then after I paint the polar bear, I'm going to switch to a tiny brush, and I'm going to be adding white little dots in the background. So with my small brush, you're just adding little dots. Kind of looks like snow, or it just gives it a little bit of a design. Okay, then once I'm done with my white, I am going to switch to black. You may have to do extra coats over your white, maybe on the head or by the ears, but then you're going to switch to your black paint. And with our black paint, we're going to be painting our nose. So you're going to try and stay in the lines and go all the way around. And then you're going to paint your tiny little eyes. Make sure you're using a tiny brush here. Then I added two little dots in the ears. After you paint all your black, you're just going to take off the tape and you are done.